There were two ways I could be spotted. Either by the deputies looking through the window onto the wreck area, or on CCTV camera. But I was pretty sure that the camera would have a blind spot. And the deputies couldn't see the entire wreck area from behind the desk. The best spot was right above the camera, where I figured neither the camera nor the deputies could see me. But the razor wire there was grouped into a tighter pattern with little gaps. The other spot had bigger gaps in the razor wire and also had a small outcrop of building that I might be able to climb up. But I was pretty sure it was in view of the camera and was real close to being inside of the deputies. I decided to try the first spot. I went around all the prisoners and told them what I was doing.
Keep your mouth shut.
And not to snitch on me. I assembled the pole, attached my rope ladder to the end, and lifted it up. But after several tries, I decided the grouping of razor wire there was too tight, and I couldn't get through to the fence. This was the only safe spot, and now it was out of the question. Now I was worried. I was much more likely to be seen by the deputies in the other spot. And it was in full view of the camera. This was one of the most nervous times of my life, knowing how easily I could be caught. I positioned myself next to the small outcrop of building. I had to work as quickly as possible and hope that by the time they noticed, it would be too late. I reassembled the pole. And after a few tries, I was able to hook the ladder to the fence. I used the building to help myself up. I climbed up, hooked one leg over an upper ladder step to hang on, and used my hands to work with the razor wire and make an opening. Then my prison uniform got snagged, so I had to leave it hanging there, like a red flag. I was finally on the roof of the jail. The hardest part of the escape was over. I had about a 20-foot drop into the alley. The soles of my jail shoes were thin. It would be like dropping 20 feet barefoot. But I had no choice. I jumped.
John Parsons has escaped from jail in Ross County, Ohio. He is now on the run.
It was at 12:30 on Saturday that I got a call that there was an escape at the county jail. I said, well, who escaped? And they said, John Parsons. Disbelief, angered. How could this happen? Why did it happen? All these things was going through my mind.
Angry, shocked. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that John Parsons had got out of jail.
There was a lot of luck that went with John's escape. We believe that there was a diversion within the jail to draw the attention of the other CO. We believe John Parsons made his daring escape at that particular time. Also, the camera out in the wreck area was just a outdated camera. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, and luck was on his side. There was a note left behind directed towards me saying, "Bye, Ron." I can only take that on John trying to be, humorous. He thought it was funny, I suppose.
I felt he was out of the state by the time that we got notified, because there was probably anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour lapse between the time that he actually escaped until the notification was made.
My plan was to leave the country, but the person who was supposed to give me a ride out of town let me down. I needed to leave the area as fast as possible, so I stole a bike and started heading the 7 miles towards Frankfurt, where I used to live. I knew the cops would be there soon, but I had no choice. I needed help. To make things worse, I had broken my foot, so I could barely pedal. When I came to a hill, I had to get off the bike and push.
I was getting ready to go down to Carter Lumber to pick some lumber up. So I got in the truck, went down over the hill, and seen a guy pushing a bicycle up with a t-shirt wrapped around his head. Well, it was kind of warm that day. But he turned his head away from me when I went past him. I said, this don't seem right. And my boy was mowing grass up there at the right edge of his property. I told him, I said, did you see the guy that escaped from Ross County Jail?
Yeah, I think I just seen him coming up the road. I think he's coming right over that hill.
So we stood there for a few minutes.
There he is, there he is.
And he come up around the corner.
That's him, there's no doubt that's him.
And then all of a sudden he looked up, and as soon as he looked up, he knew we was watching him. So my boy took off running down there where he'd went in the woods, off the side of the road. Scott got on his cell phone right then and called 911.
I'd been chief for 7 years, and that's the first time I ran from my house, lights and siren in my car. We responded immediately to that scene, and we're at the exact location where John Parsons had went into the woods off the